You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good game, Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AFTERBUZZ TV for Gossip Girl. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Gossip Girl news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AFTERBUZZ TV for Gossip Girl.
Oh my God, I feel like I can't even breathe after that episode. Hello, Gossip Girl fans. If you are as big a fan as me, you're feeling the same way. Oh my God, across the table from me, I'm Roxy Striar, by the way, in case you guys don't listen to our show regularly, is the wonderful Sara Stretton.
Hello.
And the also wonderful Jessica King, who's new on Gossip Girl with us.
I'm a newbie.
But not new to the show.
Not new. I'm day one loyal fan.
You are a loyal fan like us. Like, are you ready to hang with the most loyal of the fans?
I'm so down. I'm ready.
Because I was already grabbing at your leg during the episode, and you were right there with me, so I was feeling it. And, of course, in the booth, we have Jessie Janedy.
XOXO.
Oh, the
I
wonderful
almost
DJ.
was on the other side, so that would have been so weird because I like multiple
like, "Who are these
times.
girls?"
Multiple times during the episode, I was like, "Oh, I can't do that. I don't know her that well."
I can't watch the show with
us,
you guys.
It makes me cry inside all the time. Like, you've got to be there with us because I'm freaking out in the studio.
Because this
I'm
episode
freaking out.
was crazy.
And this show, more than any other show that I host or that I participate, whatever, makes me go nuts.
It's
like, I'm
intense.
sitting there and it's maddening. I know Sarah's going to yell at me, but I can't start without saying that, like, oh my God, Chuck and Blair. Oh my God, Chuck and Blair.
Contain.
I can't contain myself.
You have to hold
I can't
on.
contain it. Oh, you don't know yet, but I am like the biggest fan of Chuck and
I
Blair.
am quickly catching on to that.
Oh my God, they're like my freaking
and
life.
I love it. It's
Okay,
so great.
but just start. At least we get to start with Blair. At least I
Okay.
can start by talking about Blair and the Bridesmaids. Is that okay?
Fine.
Okay.
As long as you stick to the Bridesmaids.
Well, Jesse's got that awesome button that says "Get on topic" or something like that, so he can help me out
He's
there.
on
But okay, about the Bridesmaids, the Minions. This is freaking hysterical. You go, Gossip Girl, for writing this in. I love this storyline. Okay, so Blair needs to pick. Why does she only get to have one bridesmaid?
I don't know.
Because she has no friends.
But there are 4 people
Vying to being
auditioning,
it.
trying
Yeah.
out, whatever you call that. Why does she have to pick one?
I don't know. Maybe that's the in style thing, like after Kate Middleton's wedding with like the one.
yeah.
Or maybe
think
in
it just
royal
makes her
weddings you
feel
have to do
special.
that. Oh, it makes her feel more special.
Yeah, she needs to feel that elite status. Like,
And-
you're the only one that's good enough to be my bridesmaid.
Yeah, and obviously Serena is the maid of honor. So now we know who's going to be the bridesmaids, and Charlie ends up winning. But it's kind of a road to get there. So let's talk about the Minions. And do we think of them as individuals, or I honestly cannot name one of them. They're the Minions.
Yeah.
I can name Penelope.
Penelope.
Because for some reason, I don't understand how she continues to get to be a minion.
She tried to
'Cause she's
take
always
Blair down.
backstabbing Blair.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was surprised that they didn't have more of them.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I forget that there's separate ones. Like there's her college,
college
ones,
Minions, yeah.
her high school ones. I forget that.
But Penelope's been all throughout high school and college, right? Hasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
And whatever happened to the Asian girl that was
Yale.
like
They
really-
mentioned
Oh
that she
yeah,
went to
they
Yale.
mentioned
You're
that she
right.
went
But
to
I,
Yale.
I wanted there to be more. I wanted there to be more minions.
Like, I wanted there to be crazy competitions with 15 people at least, and like all running. You know when you like put the egg on the spoon and you have to run with it. This was
Like,
more classy
what is
than that.
The potato sack race.
Oh yeah, like crazy crap like
she should
that.
have been like posting flyers around campuses and stuff.
Yeah.
Don't you guys kind of feel like I wanted that too, but then I thought about it at the end, and I feel like if they did do that, which Gossip Girl is very would probably go with that storyline, but I feel like the reason we love tonight's episode so much, I would almost put tonight's episode on the level of the first episode of this season.
Oh my God, it was so good!
But
it was so good.
I think if they had focused more and had more bridesmaids, it would have clouded up the
Taken
story,
away.
and we wouldn't have been able to have all the amazingness that we did this
That's
tonight.
true,
I
but
agree.
I think that they could have quickly weeded it out so that it was them, but I would have loved to see an entire army of people competing, you know?
Or like elimination
And then it
rounds.
focuses
At
on the
least,
more
like,
popular ones.
Yeah, just like
exactly.
elimination. Like I would have loved it if they all showed up and she was like, no, you gained 5 pounds. You gained.
Yeah, exactly.
Your
exactly,
eyebrows
like
are
right
too
off the
thick.
bat.
Like, just,
Yeah, your butt got fat, whatever it is.
yeah.
Exactly.
And like weed it down or something. I
Yeah.
wanted more.
But that's okay. I think it didn't deter from the episode to me, so I think we are still on the this is an awesome episode. Am I the only one who's feeling... Well, Jesse said he feels that way, but are you guys feeling like this episode rocked?
Yeah.
Yes, and
pumped.
sucked, and rocked, and sucked. Depending.
Sucked?
Yes. We'll get to
Yeah,
that.
I know
Yeah.
what you mean.
Yeah.
You want to go to that? Should we just skip
we
everything and go there?
shouldn't. Okay, Roxy.
Fine. Okay, so back to the bridesmaids. Are we happy Charlie won?
No.
No, you didn't want her to win.
I mean, it adds a lot to the story. I mean, now she's like the inside scoop of the spectator. You've got this whole thing that can happen where like Blair can feel betrayed, and then there's gonna be like, there's so much they can do with it that I like it. Like if it was just another minion, she was just gonna be doing the same thing, like sending her out on errands. It's gonna be more for her to send like Charlie out to do something.
Charlie has the... What did Blair call it today? The, what gene was it? The scheme gene.
The scheming gene.
The scheming gene, and Charlie's got it.
I'm just not a Charlie fan.
What's going
kind
on?
of
Why
evil.
aren't you a Charlie fan? Wait, are you not an Ivy fan or are you not a Charlie fan?
Or you like, what type of fan do you mean? Do you
I
not
want
like her
her to
character? Do you not like her person? What
The
do you
actress?
I
What's
want her
going
to
on?
stay as Ivy and just get out of the picture. You know, like, I love Dan so much, and the whole thing with Dan last season kind of bothered me. And then I was, like, so excited that she was gone, and then she was back, and I don't know.
I kind of like her, which is what's so sad to me.
You like her because you like people who stir the pot. And she is a
Drama.
pot stirrer. Like, I think she is actually, like, I used to think she was like this, good girl, always put in, like, bad position. I'm starting to think, like, it's a little bit more than the scheming gene. Like, she puts things out there that are drama.
Do you like her though, Sarah? On
As
the
a
show,
girl,
like this episode, like this season. Do you like her character?
Sometimes, but sometimes she makes me mad. Like the other episode when she brought the files to Diana and was like, "Oh, but you're not going to use them." That was like, really? And now this episode that she's putting Blair out there when Blair is like kind of taking her in, like letting her be a part of her circle.
Assuming that she's Serena's cousin.
Yeah.
That's what I hate. I hate how everyone still thinks she's related to Serena. And
So
all of them.
you wish that she would just come out and say she wasn't, and then try
And
to
then,
work her
yeah,
way into the
do
group of
whatever
friends.
she wants. Yeah.
Oh, Jess, what do you think? Yeah.
Actually, I'm kind of with you, Jessica. I don't really. I mean, what happened with Dan in last season, that doesn't really affect me as much, but there's just something about her character. I'm like Roxy, like I do. If you see me on any of the other shows that we do here, I love the person that stirs the pot.
That's because we do reality TV shows.
But I
so
don't
we-
like her character.
Especially
it irks
after
me.
last week when she manipulated, or 2 weeks ago when she manipulated poor little Lily, who just got off house arrest, and she went in and stole her files. And Lily's thinking like, oh, my wonderful niece,
Who I'm
like,
letting
I
live in my
trust
house,
you.
who I'm giving all my
Yep.
money.
You want to
And-
know what I think? Oh, go ahead.
Well, and now I'm just confused and mad because you don't mess with Nate on this show. Yeah, otherwise, you're going to affect me. And yes, I like the fact of him and her confusing Diana, but I don't want them to go near that as far as them being
He is
a couple or
protected
anything like
territory.
that.
Well,
Yes.
for me, you don't mess with Blair, and she's about to mess. See, so I get very territorial over her, and I get what you guys are saying.
Could
and,
she just
and
go
I'm-
mess with Serena some more? That's fine.
As much
Yeah,
as
that's fine.
exactly, that was fine. As much as you think I like to stir up the pot, which I do, I'm always very hesitant to add characters to the show. Example A.
I think I am too.
Tika Sumter,
Oh my
who
goodness,
just was
we
the
didn't like
worst. She was the worst.
We do not like
Oh
her.
my
Raina?
Yeah, Raina Thorpe.
We don't like her.
Yeah, we didn't like her at all. So this is an upgrade from that, and I don't like I don't know if I like Charlie's character per se, but I like what she brings to the show in terms of plot. So I think it's interesting, and I don't think we would have been able to get in the season where we are now without her. So I can appreciate her on the bigger scheme of things. But yeah, there's something weird about her. I do feel bad for her at times because of what you're saying. She gets in these situations, but you
feel bad for her?
Well, there's just this level.
I feel bad because she was paid as an actress to come into this this family.
But she chose to come back.
Yeah, that's the weird part. But she didn't choose to stay. She moved to California as far as she possibly could, and then she was found. That's crappy luck. But to choose to come back, that's complete
It's like
dumbness.
there's these two levels. There's this level where she like kind of gets drawn into these things, and she's in like this horrible like
You can
pickle.
like see her. You're like looking at her.
She's like right there. But then there's this other level where she's like pushing it to be bad, and like bringing bad information to the table.
I think at the bottom line, she just wants to be rich. And so she brings herself into every situation. Like, I get it that Serena, like, maybe coerced her into living together and moving back to New York and whatever. But at the end of the day, she screwed over her boyfriend. And she left California all on her own will because she's scheming.
See, if I thought she just wanted to be rich, I wouldn't feel bad for her. But I don't think that's what it is. I think she just wants to be popular. I think she wants to be cool, like these cool kids. She wants to be loved and cool, and the only reason she's doing the spectator thing is because otherwise her cover is going to be blown, and she's not going to be able to get to that, and that's why I feel bad.
I want her cover to be blown. I cannot wait for that episode.
I'm like dreading it, kind of. I mean, I
I'll be
want it
fine
to
with
happen,
it.
but
I'll be completely fine with it when it happens.
Another thing
Like,
with this story, do you guys think, like, okay, say you were in a relationship with somebody, you're living with them, you're in California, new life.
Yeah, where the hell's
and all
Max?
of a sudden she's
Where's
gone.
Max?
Like, police aren't involved now. Like, nobody cares. Or
she
nobody's-
calls him and says, I'm going to meet you there, and then he texts her being like, I just got your message, call me, and then there's nothing. Never again.
Gone.
I
Yeah.
guess we take dramatic license there and assume that she texted him saying, sorry,
I'm
changed
not
my mind,
coming."
don't call me.
It must have been after hours.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm okay with that because, oh my God, the last thing I want right now is to take any focus away from Blair and Chuck and put it on a couple Max and Charlie Ivy. Like, come on, no, Gossip Girl, stick to the original crew.
Yeah.
Minus Vanessa and Lil J.
I miss Vanessa. P.S.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, about that. Yeah, no, I don't miss any part of her. No. None. Really don't.
No.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah, okay, I guess we'll leave it at that. Okay, so moving on, we kind of sidetracked from the Bridesmaids situation anyway, but to the most bland character on the show. Everybody give a hand for Serena. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. And Dan also.
They're trying to give her a new way.
Jesus Christ.
You know, the
She's
blogging
turning a
world.
new leaf.
Yeah.
Again.
So
After the last one failed.
Are they making her like Sarah Jessica Parker, Sex in the City, though?
S by S.
Like,
she'll never be
No, she'll
Sarah Jessica
never,
Parker.
but I'm just
okay,
saying, like, at the
let
end-
me get that straight. She is no Carrie Bradshaw.
She
Okay.
Not at all.
No, but okay, so we've got this situation here with Dan and Jane and the proposal of Glee of the inside
Newsies.
and the news, whatever. Dan's like, what the hell? I'm not doing this. Finally, they convince him to go with a professional writer. They get Aaron Sorkin on the project. It's going to be awesome. The only catch is they're painting Dan in the bad light. He's the Mark Zuckerberg. He's the asshole, and he's unaware. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. As long as he knows, if I were Serena, I would have said, listen, Dan, I would have sat him down and said, listen, you are about to have the next #1 movie in the country. Your book is going to go through the roof, and you're going to be painted as an asshole. So what? You're an incredible writer, and in interviews you say, that's not me. I mean, that's not me. They took the movie and whatever. See me however you want. Who freaking gives a crap how America sees him? As long as he knows, as long as he was aware and it wasn't like, boom, what just happened? Come on. It's a huge movie and Aaron Sorkin's writing it. Like,
Completely agree.
what the hell? What do you guys think?
Completely agree.
Okay.
First of all, I want to mention that I think it was was it really that difficult? Did they have to do all this drama about faking that they want it to be like the Newsies when they don't?
Yeah,
like,
they say, no, you're not allowed to write it, but guess what? Aaron Sorkin's writing it. Okay, great.
I don't see what the problem would have been. I feel like Dan would, you just go with it. It's a movie. It's not all real. It's based off the book. That's based off real people. Like
That's like Meryl Streep coming up to me and saying, I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to play yourself in your autobiographical movie, but I'll play you. Okay, take it. Oh my gosh, like, what? That's all they have to say. You drop a name like that and everybody shuts up.
Yeah, and you're like, it's fine.
Here's my issue, which is on a different note of that topic. Why does Dan keep trusting Serena in the first place? Or why does anyone trust Serena?
She's just so puppy dog eyes, and
she's really pretty blonde hair.
I've got blonde hair, and I'm so sweet, and I just want to help you out. You're my best friend, and I'm in love with you. You were my first love. That's why, because boys are stupid.
And then he's surprised when she screws him over, and she does it every single time.
Oh yeah, did you guys have that shirt when you were younger? Boys are stupid. Throw rocks at them. Because
Yes,
most true statement of all time.
You know what?
Boys are stupid. Sorry, Jesse.
No.
Sorry.
Well,
Girls are too.
well, I feel like I don't fit in that category. But I feel
Superhuman.
like Serena and Dan, this is almost like a Looney
I feel like
Tunes.
you're like really thinking in there.
Yeah.
Because it's like
Boys
your
are
wheels
really
are
turning.
stupid. Because I mean, like I analyze all these shows and like people probably look at me like, really, you're really breaking down Gossip Girl to that? But yes, I am.
Yes, we
Yes,
are.
we are.
That's what we
I'm
do.
ripping Serena's head apart right now. I feel like she is Roadrunner, and he is Wile E. Coyote. And it's like, why do you keep going after that? Why do you keep messing with this person when
Exactly.
they're clearly going to backfire
I
everything
love that
on you?
analogy.
I just pictured Dan just with one of those signs with like an arrow.
meet me.
Oh my
And
God.
an anvil falling.
Do you guys understand the three of you just like, what was that? That was brilliant, but oh my
was
gosh.
genius.
Everybody's listening to us right now being like, what?
No,
Wile
they
E. Coyote,
get-
what?
They absolutely understand what I'm saying. I mean, maybe, hopefully, because we're not too old for them to be understanding that.
Don't age
But it's
us.
just the
I'm
same
young.
thing. It's the same thing over and over again. I'm sick of it. I'm actually really not liking where Dan's character is going.
Yeah, I was
This
going to say
whole, like-
Tom and Jerry, but I understand what you're saying. It's kind of like that cat mouse chase to me.
Yeah, but I feel like Tom and Jerry like it, where Dan and Serena
The coyote's just like giving up and like still going.
Yeah,
and
like
then-
he really thinks like one day this is really gonna happen.
That's
come
so
around.
sad.
It's amnesia.
That's so sad. I feel bad. Oh, what do we
Young
think of
love.
Jane, though? Speaking of characters that are new this season, do we like her as Serena's boss? Is she just a big bitch?
Yeah, I have no sympathy for her. She's just kind of annoying. She's just kind of rude, and when she talks, I feel like it's really like one note. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk like this, and I'm just like, there's boring. You're
What-
annoying and mean.
What
I
about-
like her.
You like her?
I think she's really believable as just like a really crappy entertainment industry boss.
Yeah.
I think her as the villain is a lot more effective for me than Elizabeth Hurley as
I
the
was just
villain.
about to say, comparing her to Diana because they play similar roles, kind of.
With our friends.
First of all, yeah, I was just going to say, what's going on there? How do they know
She
each
has
other?
dirt on her.
How does she have dirt on her?
It will all be
does this have to do
revealed.
with the same thing the reason that she was trying to hook up with Nate or whatever that situation is?
I don't know about that, but I definitely think the dirt is about Jane.
Yeah,
Like,
it'll all come out.
Okay,
soon.
so it's gonna come out, and I guess we'll just wait for that. But we like Diana better than we like Jane. Not
No.
just as no, we don't.
No.
oh, I
No.
do.
Why, Sarah?
I like Diana better than I like Jane too.
Why?
I like Jane better.
Really? I thought you were just saying
All right.
that Diana was more effective for you.
No, Jane's more effective for me.
Oh.
I don't think Diana is effective for me at all. I could see so many other people in that role that might do it for me, but Elizabeth Hurley.
Wow. Oh, she's
like
killing
I could
it for
see
me.
like a Rebecca Romaine or someone like playing that.
Oh wait, you just don't like her playing the character?
I don't like either.
Okay, so wait, can we please discuss this right now on the table? Team Diana.
On the table.
Team Diana, why do you like her over Jane?
She's hot.
No. I mean, as a character, obviously, I will definitely say Diana is way harder.
Okay,
Elizabeth Hurley
here's
is
why.
Goddess.
Here's why. Here's why I like her better. Okay. Because there are so many more storylines that we can go with through this new spectator thing. I think that Jane's character is going to fall off the map pretty quickly. And also, Diana, I really can't tell if she's good or bad yet. Jane, I'm like, this woman's mean.
Yeah, and Diana's tied into so many more characters.
Yeah,
Jane
just
just
so many
shuts them
ways.
out. Like, the only thing she has is Serena, and she just fired her. Whereas Diana is tied to Jane. That's through Diana. Diana's tied to Nate. Diana's tied to Charlie. Diana's now tied to, I'm about to call her Blake Lively instead of Serena, to Serena. Like, she's just so in the mix, and there's so much more. And also, I think that her and the Nate relationship thing is interesting because I didn't think it was going to go that way.
Yeah.
Because how they made it seem in this episode
Definitely.
was that she actually likes him, and I totally thought it was just a
Just
fling
for
for her.
fun.
Yeah, take
Okay,
that,
but
Team Jane. Take that.
Alright, so go
Jane's
ahead,
in
Jessica.
the big leagues. Like, Jane doesn't need to be in the mix. Like,
Right.
she's beyond that. Diana's associating with these kids, and that's how she's getting, like, her credibility. Like,
But the show
she's, like,
is the
sneaking around,
kids.
like, Serena, so tell me. What's
Is that her voice? Oh my God, where is she from all of a sudden? So Sarina, tell me. And thank you, Elizabeth.
One Gossip Girl fan.
Okay, Jess, you take it. Tell me
I
why.
gotta work on my accents.
Yeah, we gotta
but
work
you get
on
the
this.
point.
Jesse,
No,
can you please tell me why you're Team
I'm
Jane?
going to add on to what Jessica just said. Here we go. So, as we saw tonight,
So,
I've liked Jane until tonight.
what do you mean by like?
Like,
Gotta
meaning
explain.
like her character. She's a
Cold?
businesswoman. Well, she's cold, but
Cold?
look how she's given.
She's all business.
I think she's a cold.
Okay, wait a minute. She took Serena in. She saw Serena was about her business. She liked her. She said, Serena was afraid of her. She said, no, this is a free place. Do what you want to do. Tonight, with this movie, is the only time we've ever seen Jane, like, really, like, bear clamp it. Go ahead, Sarah. What are you going to say?
We have not, also,
What?
not just this movie, the entire process of the movie, the script.
No.
That's what I
I'm
mean
saying.
by the
Okay.
movie.
By
yeah,
the
yeah.
whole movie scene.
But leading up to
but
that.
you
When
have
have we
to-
seen her outside of the movie other than that one episode in L.A.?
No, and
No,
also,
she came back to New York.
Yeah, when she came back to New York, the scene with
She's been in a
Serena.
few.
Yeah,
But
no,
I'm-
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, when have we seen her not involved in the movie other than that scene in New York? Like, when she's not been after the movie. Every other
Or
episode,
when she's not been, like,
trying-
Serena,
I'm
go-
saying when she's
seen her
not
go get that
dealing with
movie.
the movie. We've seen scenes of her with just Serena and just being in the office. But so here's the thing:
And when they were
she's bear clamping it because she is a businesswoman. She's not involved with these people's lives. She was about this movie. She's a producer. She wants the credits for this movie. She knows what it is gonna take to make this movie something
It's
big.
not like the.
She doesn't care about Dan's feelings, which it sucks. It's cold, and it is cold of her. But at the same time, she's trying to make something good. And in her head,
She has to look out for herself.
as a lot of producers do out here in Hollywood, they say, you know what, just give it to me. I'm gonna put it the way I think it is, and then you'll see that it was better to go this way. Now, Diana upsets me because, okay, maybe she likes Nate, but part of me feels like she's using Nate.
Yeah,
And-
because
Well,
she's
totally.
a businesswoman. Also, the same exact thing. She's a businesswoman because she doesn't give a crap about Charlie.
But she's she's more manipulative than Jane is. Jane is like,
Definitely.
no, cut it off.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
That's what bothers me about Diana's character. Yes, Diana's character is great for the story, but I'm just saying personally,
Oh, if you're going to make friends? I mean, if I was
not
going to...
make friends, but just like who I think is more. Diana to me is going to be something really bad. I feel like I don't feel it's genuine with Diana.
Okay,
I do
can't
want to
tell you.
know about the whole thing, the burning thing, though. That's
The
gonna,
picture.
the picture that she
And how
burned.
she
Yeah.
obviously somehow knows Chuck.
There's
or
so
something.
much that Diana.
Bart,
Yeah,
or
Bart.
whatever.
There's so much
And-
that Diana can bring to this plot and to the rest of the season of Gossip Girl that I don't see Jane bringing to the table. Where we could really go with Jane's character, I'm not sure. I mean, other than being there about this movie thing, which seems to be crumbling a little bit about being Serena's boss, she's not putting herself. The reason that I like Diana is because she's with the kids, not in spite of that. She is getting down and dirty, but she's not becoming their friends. She's fake becoming their friends.
But that's the thing. She can't succeed without them. Like she
Right.
can't do anything on her own.
Which
she's
is what we
powerless
like.
without all of the kids.
We agree what she's doing. I just like it and you don't. Agree to disagree again.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's talk a little bit more about her, though, and her relationships and what was going on with Nate and Charlie during this. So Charlie and Nate are both using each other. Nate is more upfront about it, just not with who likes him. And Charlie never says anything to Nate. What do we think about this situation?
I felt like they were both. I feel like Nate wasn't really in the wrong. Like, well,
I agree with that.
By not
The
saying,
only part-
but the woman is your boss.
that's the only part. That's the only part. Like, I don't feel like you need to tell like who you're having a relationship with, but the fact that it's her boss kind of complicates it. But at the same
Wait,
time,
oh my God. Everybody stop. I just realized something. I looked down at my notes and it says inside number 9. And I was like, why did I write that? Inside is number 9 on the charts. That's why it's called it. That's the reason of the name of this episode. Sorry. Oh my God. Keep going.
AfterBuzz
we had to
TV exclusive.
We were debating about it before we came on. We were like, why is it I am number 9?
The
'cause
name
the
of
book
the episode.
is number 9 bestseller.
Okay.
That
Gotcha.
makes sense.
At least the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
not the
Okay.
end.
Well,
Okay.
keep going.
So-
I'm so sorry. Sidetrack.
Yes, okay. I guess there is
Let
something
go.
a little wrong because it is her boss and that could put her in like an awkward position. But hers is worse.
But she was so quick to come on to him and suggest that.
I feel like
you
his
know,
is so much worse. She could lose her job. He could.
he's
not,
being completely used.
He's being used, but he's not losing. It's not bad for him. He's just being used. She could lose her job.
But it was
Wait,
her
but
idea.
And he was using her because their whole plan was not to fall in love. Their whole plan was, hey, I'll use you to make this girl jealous.
And she suggested it.
Yeah, it was her idea. She never once asked like, "Who is this
She, like,
girl?
put
What,
her-
do you, what is your status? Like, how long has this been going on?" She was
It's
so
true.
quick to
It's
come
true.
on to him and suggest it.
And they both-
So
I just
why
feel
not?
like
They
I
both
gotta-
were in the wrong, and they both got something
Burned,
that they needed.
yeah.
No, but not even burned. They both got what they needed out of it. She got burned actually because Diana saw she could lose her greatest inside to all of her gossip, and said, "Nope, you know what? I can't let this shit screw up." So.
Yeah.
Exactly. But honestly, no matter what Charlie does, she's gonna get burned.
Yeah.
I mean, she's on Diana's target.
I don't know what the girl is thinking because the person who runs the next Gossip Girl knows about you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, could you be more screwed? If there was one person in this town who didn't want to know about you, it's Gossip Girl. If it's 2, it's Spectator.
Yes, and since she knows don't you think she should just come out and say it herself?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that she's about to get so burned and she's playing
That's
with
what I'm
fire
saying.
and playing with
Stop
fire.
pretending.
And she's putting more out there.
Bring it out in the open and then be scandalous or
Yeah, and
whatever.
she's just making it worse.
I
like if she
agree.
comes out and says like, by the way, she's making me do all this behind your back because she found out this about me, it would be worse. It would be less
Yep,
of a problem.
I agree.
She should have
Did
Dan
any-
write it in his book.
Did anyone catch the chemistry though between Nate
Yeah.
and Charlie?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was
I
like
feel like that's gonna.
intense at that
progress.
party.
It
I
was
think
hot.
I think that Nate and Elizabeth Diana have chemistry, but the age gap isn't helping right now. She looks damn good, and he looks damn good, and they aren't really looking that good together to me.
Well, do you guys on?
Even though they have the same hair color.
I kind of feel like it's because I'm sorry. I kind of feel like it's because I don't know if I believe Nate's character is honestly man enough to grab a woman like that.
It's
Yeah.
not Chuck. It's not Chuck.
Like, wait, did
Exactly.
you see when Chuck went up to Diana? Like, I felt like
Yeah, it
she,
was like fire.
got open.
Yeah.
Like she was like a little wet after that. Like, she said hi to me.
100%. That was kind of a weird interaction, actually, though,
It
because
was.
he was like, "Have I seen you before?" Was he flirting with her?
No.
or-
No, it's
I
from
think
LA when.
See, I think it's something else.
I think it's exactly what
think-
Sarah's
I
thinking.
Yeah,
right
because
It's
it's Bart,
something
something to
big.
do with Bart.
I think
Oh,
it's something
yeah.
tied
And she was
in
like,
with
"I would know
Bart
if you'd
or-
seen me, whatever," and walked away.
And she was awkward.
and she was
Yep.
really quick to cut him off with
It's
it.
just hard because if you weren't actually really thinking about it like we do here at AfterBuzz, and you're not analyzing it afterwards, that probably went over so many people's heads.
That went over my head.
Yeah, and we're
I was just
No,
thinking
no.
like, oh, they met in LA when Nate originally
Yeah,
met
I
up
think
with
it's something
her.
way more like
Definitely.
she
I mean,
dives
that's what
into
it is.
everyone's life when she meets them. She's like, I'm going to talk to you for like 5 minutes and get you to tell me all your bloody secrets. And with Chuck, she like ran in the other direction.
Yeah, and especially after we see her burning that picture from Bart's file, so we know it
There's-
has something to do with that, and that he's seen her before, but we don't know know exactly what,
Yeah.
for sure. Okay, moving on to some more Chuck stuff. So, oh my God,
your
is
favorite
this?
part?
No, I'm not.
not
We're
yet.
not getting there yet. Don't tempt me, jeez. Okay, so I'm doing a good job staying on
You
topic.
are. You're
Okay,
doing so good.
so we see something really sad happening here, which is if you have ever had a therapist before, you know that the one person in the entire world, more than your frickin' parents, more than your siblings, more than your best friend, if you can trust one person in the world, it should be the person that you are paying to
listen to you.
You are paying
To
them.
keep your secrets.
You are paying them to trust, so you could trust them. Literally, that's what it is. I've had a therapist before. If anything like this ever happened, I would never trust another human being for the rest of my life. Like, talk about giving me frickin' issues. What the hell? Like, are you guys in agreement here? That's a
Yes.
horrible thing to do. She never apologizes. She says, I don't believe you will ever be able to forgive me, and then continues to give advice.
And she said she's closing down her practice.
And she's closing down her practice. How about, oh my God, I'm so sorry? Because clearly Chuck's the bigger person in this episode and learns to apologize when he goes to Blair's house.
Okay, back
Back
to
on
Dr.
topic.
Brent.
We need that button.
Okay. So, okay. So,
We
she
can speed through it.
she ends up not being able to do it because she's a good person, even though she originally could do it, but then she can't do it.
Part of me thought that the reason she then could not do it because she was gonna like take the ring, like take the money from the ring or something, and then she'd have the money anyway.
I would have taken that ring.
What was the deal with so finally when Blair talks about the paternity test, I'm not getting to Chuck and Blair yet. I'm talking about the paternity test.
Okay.
So she's talking about it, and Louis kind of forgives her and is like, and she's like, I just needed to know for sure. But in Louis' eyes, it shouldn't have been a question because she shouldn't have slept with Chuck and way longer before that. So why was he?
I don't know
okay
why
with
that
it?
was skimmed over.
Why was it skimmed over? Because clearly that means they slept together, and the whole big secret is he has no idea. So
Yeah, that was weird.
I thought she still doesn't know who the father is.
no,
No,
she
she does.
She has the letter. He read it. He learned that it was his.
it's his. But yeah, I know. I thought it was gonna be
Score.
Chuck's. I wanted it to be Chuck's.
I really wanted it to be Chuck's.
I'm devastated.
No, it wasn't. Called it.
Is that one of those like sucks to suck? Well, it wasn't. Yeah, I get it. You're awesome, and now we're sad. Honestly, like I talk about this show like these are my friends and my family.
I think you care more about Chuck and Blair than you care about me.
It's possible.
I think it's true.
It's possible. I mean,
I've accepted it.
well, because like when I sit there at night thinking like, what do I want? What will make me the most happy in the world?
It's about Chuck and Blair.
I sit and I'm like, what will make me the most happy person ever? I'm like, Chuck and Blair being together. I don't think like Sara and being together. Although that really does make me very happy too.
I don't know.
Sara has a new love interest. Okay, so anyway, yeah. So what do we think about this doctor? Are we seeing her again, or is she gonzo?
I think she's gonzo.
That's the only purpose we needed her for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't particularly like her, to be honest. Her facial expressions bothered me.
Yeah, as an actress, I didn't
Yeah.
really care for her in that role.
I didn't care for her much either, and I didn't see any chemistry between her and Chuck, and I wanted to see like a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because you want everyone to secretly love Chuck.
I mean, everyone does secretly love Chuck. Yes,
That's true.
Yes,
That is-
yes,
Yeah.
across the board. Yes, love him. Okay, that's all I want to talk about with them.
Guess what, Roxy?
Okay.
We've made it to my favorite. Okay,
We need like a giant fanfare.
Chuck and Blair. I've got a list.
This was the sweetest moment
Okay.
ever.
So, oh my gosh, I gotta gather my thoughts. So, Dorota approaches Blair and says, "Somebody's here to talk to you," and she says,
To say
To
sorry.
apologize.
to apologize, and she says, "Tell Louis I don't want to see him," and I go, "It's not Louis, it's Chuck," and Dorota goes,
As she grabs my leg.
yeah, as I grab the leg, like claws going in. It's not Louis, it's Chuck. No, and it's Chuck. And Chuck comes in and he says, "I just want to apologize." She brushes him off, like, "Don't apologize for tonight." And he says, "I don't want to apologize for tonight. I want to apologize for a list of things.
Everything.
For everything. For being abusive the night that she told him about Louis, that he proposed, for
Not waiting.
for not waiting longer at the Empire State Building, for treating her like property, for not telling her that he loved her when he knew he did, and for giving up on her too soon, and when she never had given up on him.
Was it just me, or did
I melted. It's like this episode. It was a really good episode. I would have put it at probably about a 7.5. This brought it to a 10 in a matter of seconds. Like, oh my god, this scene was like this scene. Like, yeah, you're doing the face
so
too.
good.
You're doing the face.
really
It's like I want to reach my hands out and stretch every part of my body and like smile the most ever. This was the best scene.
I honestly thought they were just gonna like jump on each other and just like
But I'm
start.
so happy they
passionately-
didn't. I really wanted them to, and even now I kind of wish they did. But I'm glad they didn't, because that means that they will eventually.
Yes.
We still get to look forward to that.
Oh my gosh. I was just like, when Chuck walked away and Blair looked at him, and it was just like, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. So happy.
Okay, if both of them had inner monologues, we do this sometimes in my acting classes, where you have to talk about your inner monologue. If they were having inner monologues at this point, things that they weren't saying, things that were going through their head, what was Chuck thinking to himself, and what was Blair thinking?
I don't know if you guys were listening, but I always love the music that they play in all the episodes. And during that scene, they were playing the song, and it was just like, "It's you, it's you, it's you, it's you." And I think that was the inner monologue
For him, both of them?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a slight different page. I think Chuck was trying to be like, I needed to do that. She needs to know. She needs to know. And I think
Why?
she was
Why
like,
does he think she needs to know? So that she
So
can
that
move
he can
on?
be
Or so
good.
that he can...
Because he's been lying to himself.
So that she
and
can love him,
her.
or so she can move on?
So that
Was
he could
trying
be
to get her
good, so
back?
that he can eventually be good for her.
You
But he
think.
doesn't
You
know
don't-
that.
But he doesn't know, but we
He
know.
doesn't know that. But he's thinking,
But I
I
think
need to
he
be
thinks
good.
that he needs to move on, maybe.
I think he thinks he needs to be good. And I think she's thinking, just kiss me. Just kiss me until, just kiss me.
It's you.
It's you.
It's you.
Jess, what are the inner monologues?
Like I said to you, they're going to tease it until the end of Gossip Girl, and that would be the last scene that happens. Just like in this episode, it was the last scene that happened. They're going to keep us going to the edge, because that's all we want is Chuck and Blair. No one cares about Serena. No one cares about anybody else on the show. All we want is Chuck and Blair, and that will be the last thing that happens. But yes, I agree with
I think
Jessica.
I've-
It's you, it's you, it's you, it's you.
I've pulled you guys down with me to the Chuck and Blair club. I don't think if I was here, you would say that, Jesse. Everybody cares about everybody else on the show, but all I care about is Chuck and Blair.
No, because like
No.
I care about
You guys
Nate.
do.
I care about Nate like
I
no
mean, I
one
like
cares about
Nate.
Nate.
I
But
like-
in the end, nobody's as invested when it comes to love as Chuck and Blair.
Yeah, Serena's been
Like-
with everybody, like everybody, whatever. Chuck and Blair. Chuck and Blair.
They keep
Boom.
us coming
It's
back
Chuck and
for
Blair.
more.
It's Dare. No,
Blair's
that's Dan and Blair.
baby
It's
is gonna-
It's Chair.
Chair.
Or
No, Block.
I want some block.
I love some Block.
But when he left the ring
On
on
the-
Harry
on
Winston's
the
steps. Horrible. You don't leave jewelry.
Yeah,
in
that
the-
was
on the
Especially a
street.
ring that
absurd,
looks like that.
But we won't get into that.
Honestly, though, you guys think that if Chuck had leaned in right now, Blair would have kissed him?
Yep.
Yes.
If
No doubt.
you were Blair and this was the apology speech you were given, would you feel so satisfied?
Oh my gosh, if I got that apology speech,
Think about all your
Satisfied.
exes and anything that you've ever wanted them to say sorry for, like, and actually having them do that. That's got to be like, yeah.
I would.
But if I was Blair and I still love Chuck, that would crush me.
Crush.
Completely.
But you can't. But just because somebody says sorry, you can't be like, oh, okay, I'll be with you.
no, but you can just give in for a moment.
You can now, can't you?
And now that Louis is out of town for a few days,
Well, that we'll get to in predictions.
I guess she's whatever. I like it.
Engaged to a prince.
and,
and having a
pregnant.
baby.
Okay, but so Blair gives a speech to Louis about how Chuck will never change and how she doesn't say, I don't love him. He's like, I'm nervous about you guys. And she never says, I don't love him. She never says, I don't want to be with him. She never says, I love you
She
more.
says it won't work.
She says, it's never going to work. Do we think that that's still true, actually? We don't.
That's
He's
her
changing.
convincing herself. She says that all the time. Every time that they've
But she
broken up and
can't
got
say
back
she
together.
doesn't love him, and she can't say she doesn't want to be with him, and that's that. And they're in love, and they're gonna have babies and get married one day. Okay, I think we need to move on to some news and gossip before I keep talking in my baby voice.
Or commercial.
Oh, commercial first. Yeah,
Maybe.
commercial.
Here we go.
The biggest new media platform on the web just got bigger. More bandwidth, smoother streaming, lightning fast download.
Don't get technical with me.
AfterBuzz TV is making the jump to hyperspace. Join the fun at your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Look at the size of that thing.
AfterBuzz TV.
Okay, Jess.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, so off-camera Gossip Girl star Leighton Meester has been waging a stressful legal battle against her mother, who wants more of her money. Constance Meester reveals that she and Leighton's younger brother Lex are nearly poor, saying, quote, "My car was taken away. My house has gone into default, and we can't afford food. I only have $26 left. If something doesn't happen soon, we'll be homeless by the holidays." She also adds, "I just got blood work done, and the doctors are pretty sure that I have lymphoma.
Wait, do we know why she is suing?
Yeah.
Been
Like, what's her
ongoing
grounds?
battle.
But what's her grounds? Like,
It was something about abuse, needs
I just
money,
don't
needs to be paid back.
For what?
Abuse, drugs, something.
for what? But I don't understand. Like, how can
I
I
think
don't
she feels
understand the
because it's her
principle?
daughter.
Yeah, but I don't understand that.
No.
Like,
Because what the grounds are is Leighton's Constance is Leighton's manager, and Leighton needs to pay her as her manager, but Leighton doesn't consider Constance her manager.
oh, okay, gotcha.
That's the ground.
So
I was wondering if it was like as that would make sense because that's like a business thing. I was like, I feel like parents
actually,
can't
let
really
me
sue
add on
their
because
children.
it still
for-
kind of continues. Leighton's fans know that both of her parents were incarcerated on drug-related charges when she was born, but Constance
Leighton was born in jail.
In jail,
Right.
yeah.
But Constance claims that she cleaned up in order to ensue a brighter future for her daughter, saying, quote, "I knew that she was going to be a star, and I devoted my life to making sure that happened. I never told Leighton this, but I worked as an exotic dancer to make ends meet."
It's like, what kind of mom goes to whatever paper, whatever news she says all this to, and lets that out? Like, why is she trying to make Leighton look bad? You're clearly not her representation. You clearly didn't work to support her. You clearly weren't doing right by your daughter, and you're clearly out of the picture. Leighton seems like a great girl. From anybody I know in the business who knows her, she's an unbelievable person. I don't think she's just like, I have the best mom in the world, and I'm not going to support her.
I just
It's not
feel
what's going
so
on.
bad for like this is just like one of those things that I feel like must be so stressful. That your mom's like going after you for money after your mom's not been the greatest mom in the world. Like, that's just that must be so heartbreaking because I don't think she wants to go in there and be like, I want you to star, but
And I think
Come
she's
on.
also trying to use the point that she can't support Leighton's younger brother.
Yeah.
And so then that makes it
Trying to
even
guilt her. It's-
closer to home because obviously I'm sure Leighton doesn't want her younger brother to suffer, but the issues between her and her mom's trying to bring.
And how do you give money to a little kid as opposed to, like,
yeah, and
it just sucks. Like, I can't imagine being in the public eye like this, and I feel like she tries to always keep such a good light and do so many positive things for the world, but her mom, it's like, why are you trying to put down your daughter's career? It's awful. It's awful.
agreed.
Love my girl Leighton.
Well, Blake Lively, or I should say Blake Unlively, and Ryan Blennels are having the blandest love affair ever. This weekend they
Wah, wah.
stayed home and walked their dogs. The weekend before they stayed home and walked their dogs. Before
like
that,
it.
they stayed home and walked their dogs. And before that, they sat next to each other on a Acela train Considering that Leo took Blake on whirlwind tours of Italy to Monte Carlo yacht parties, Ryan should maybe step it up?
You know what? Sometimes the best dates are sitting on the couch and watching movies.
It doesn't help because she's boring on the show and she's boring. in real
Okay,
life.
Sarah,
But Ryan's
zip
hot,
it.
so-
Zip it, Sarah. Just because you want to sit on the couch and frickin' walk your dog and not do fun things doesn't mean that we don't want her to do fun things.
I want to
wait.
sit on the couch with Ryan Reynolds.
Right, but you know what?
I would have a great time.
I am gonna stick up for Sarah because that's what we're seeing them do. But really, it should say this weekend they stayed home, screwed, then
All
walked their
weekend
doors.
long.
Yeah.
The weekend before they screwed and walked their dogs.
They are
Before
nymphs.
that, they sat home, screwed, and walked their dogs. The weekend before that, they screwed on an Excella train.
Great weekend.
I think what it should say is
They're a busy couple.
they screwed, stay home, walk their dogs, and then went to Paris.
Next
They
weekend,
screwed-
she's pregnant.
stay
and
tuned.
stay home and they take care of the
And
baby.
they'll stay home for 9 months.
Oy vey. Oh, that would be miserable.
Well, here's
Goodbye,
some,
Gossip Girl contract.
here's some positive. Well, hey. Well, I won't wish it on it.
As long
But-
as she does it during the off season,
Ugh.
during the summer, we're good.
So, the first official still of Ed Westwick and J. Edgar has been released. Though the film won't be out until the end of this month, promotional efforts have kicked into overdrive, and we can't wait to see one of our favorite TV heartthrobs in a rare big screen turn. Ed, working alongside Hollywood heavyweights Leonardo DiCaprio, Naomi Watts, and director Clint Eastwood, plays Agent Smith, an FBI operative that gains Hoover's trust and is asked to take on the task of being his biographer.
I'm
This-
excited for this.
This
Oh
is a
my
huge
God.
deal for him. I'm so happy for him. Like,
He's so good.
Seriously?
He's just so talented, and like I will cast you in anything
yes.
As my husband.
as my.
And I always
life.
forget that he has such a cute little British accent. They just had the premiere for J. Edgar, I think, 2 nights ago
But-
or last night. And,
You saw it?
well, they just had the premiere for it. I haven't seen the
Oh
movie.
yeah.
But I watched all the interviews and stuff, and
Yeah.
he has the cutest little accent.
Honestly, you know who I like more than I like Ed Westwick though?
Who?
Chuck. Chuck Bass.
She doesn't believe in Ed Westwick. It's like Santa Claus.
Yeah, I like Chuck
all about
Bass. You guys, your faces were like, who? You couldn't like anybody more.
I know. I'm like, wait, what?
No, yeah, Chuck Bass. Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's Chuck.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Ah!
All right. She's been handcuffed by a boy in blue, but don't despair that Leighton Meester is in any real trouble with the law. The 25-year-old starlet was only in shackles yesterday in New York City to shoot a scene for her TV show Gossip Girl. Blair goads an officer into arresting her during what appears to be her bachelorette party. She's also reportedly intoxicated in the scene, which was shot on location in the city's chic Greenwich Village neighborhood. Castmate Ed Westwick, who plays Blair's former love, Chuck, also appears in the scene looking on in disappointment.
Sarah, tell me the insight you had into this, which is something that went right over my head.
I just thought it was really weird. I understand, because in the article, it's like, she looks intoxicated. She seems to be, like, being really aggressive and, like, wobbly, blah, blah, blah. But she's supposed to be pregnant.
Wasn't thinking about it at all.
If you're pregnant, you can't be drinking.
Yeah, but I
So,
suppose that they're.
Is she no longer pregnant?
I mean, this is when they're filming. This isn't for like next coming up episode. So this is filming. They're filming now. Maybe she loses baby
That's what I was thinking.
And then gets re-pregnant with Chuck's.
after they're married and in love.
I don't know, but it doesn't seem good.
Yeah, but it's at her bachelorette party, so I don't think she's with Chuck.
Or we can assume it's her bachelorette party because she has a tiara on her head.
Right. And Chuck stands looking disappointed
Maybe
in
she
the corner.
takes the news very badly and
Freaks
spirals out of control.
Perhaps.
Definitely could be a possibility.
Well, that's your AfterBuzz TV news and gossip for the week of November 8th, 2011. And now, for your AfterBuzz TV,
Your AfterBuzz TV.
everyone together.
Okay, come on now, Jessica. Now you have to say it solo. Now everybody, absolute dead silence. Give me your scariest predictions.
Jesse.
You got to say it. Dead silence. Ready? And go. Predictions. That reminded me of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I love that show.
I didn't even know what day it was until you just said that. I was waiting for you because I was like, what day is it?
I didn't know what day it was. I look over at the clock. What is it?
You kind of stumbled on that a little bit. You're like,
Wait, but I
I
said
thought it was dramatic effect.
Thank you, because I was like, shit, dramatic, be dramatic, be Chuck.
Be dramatic.
Be Chuck.
Okay, so we see next week that there is a masquerade benefit from Chuck. And we also see we might not have to wait as long as we thought we would because is there a little makeout sesh between Chuck and Blair? I think so.
I hope so.
We see her kind of being the one moving in. Maybe he rejects her. What do we think? Thoughts?
but it could be someone. She's wearing a mask.
No, but
And
they take him off.
They took it halfway.
We did see it was one way and the other way. We didn't see them together.
Yeah, it could be editing. I really don't know. I can't get my hopes up. I'm freaking out.
Just gotta
Maybe we
simmer
shouldn't
down.
talk about that one.
Okay, somebody
We
else.
know there's a big event.
Okay, there's a big
We
event.
know
and
that
Chuck
there's
is
gonna be
hosting it.
some-
And there's going to be some
Craziness.
drums for sure. So we can count on that.
Drums.
Drums.
Is that an abbrev for drama?
a brief for drums?
Some drums. Is that with a
doesn't
Z at the
really-
end? Drums. Oh, yeah.
DRAMZ.
Oh.
That doesn't really minus any letters though.
No,
it's shorter.
but it minuses syllables.
Syllable, yeah.
Drama. Okay.
Drums.
Okay, then it works.
Okay.
So what else are we seeing? Somebody throw something at me. Serena, Dan, somebody.
Wait,
The characters we don't care about.
I wasn't even paying attention. All I was thinking about was the ring and the Blair and the Chuck. I was like, I got
Yeah.
the masks. They were all white.
No, we didn't see anything with
Okay,
anybody
let's
else.
focus on the big picture. Louis is out of town.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
There's going to
So-
be a makeout session, clearly.
You think?
But not only by Chuck and Blair. I definitely think Charlie and Nate will have another run around the bush.
Rendezvous.
You're reading in your news and gossip books right now. I love that. I was like, what is he reading?
That's
Nope,
my-
he's just
that's
about.
my-
Sound like a game
You're
I'm
show.
like,
excited.
I'm like the gossip
Okay.
boy.
They will definitely have another run around the bush. Yep.
Okay.
Do you think Chuck is throwing this event with the masks to kind of do something on purpose?
Nope.
Maybe he knows. Do you think he really is going to figure out next week how he knows Diana?
No, not so soon.
No, yeah, we've got some
Really?
time. They
I
haven't
think
led up to it enough.
He
'Cause-
might start investigating next week.
'Cause
Yeah.
he's
Or
manipulative.
we're gonna
and
find
I
out
feel like
something new about her or Jane.
I can see him figuring it out before everyone else and not telling anybody. And rather than going to Nate and saying anything, kind of like
Playing with it.
playing
I-
her.
Yeah, I
You know
see
what I
what
mean?
you're saying. I think Jane's gonna be gone so fast.
Really?
I mean, now that the movie's not happening, and she's gonna fire Serena. What's Jane
Oh
doing?
yeah, for sure.
Jane's gone.
She's out of here.
Bye bye, Jane.
See you later.
Well, but at this point, that's kind of what Diana wanted because now she'll have Serena to herself.
Yeah,
But
what's
that's
gonna
why
go
I
on with
think-
this?
But wait, that's why I think Chuck is going to find out first because here's Diana who has something over everybody's head. And it's like, bitch, who are you coming up in Gossip Girl acting like you run the damn city?
Girl.
Right, girl.
Damn.
And you trying to put Gossip Girl out? I think Gossip Girl is going to come for
For
Diana.
you.
Oh, of course she
Yeah.
is, because nobody F's with Gossip Girl.
No.
I'm kind of surprised that Serena was hating on Gossip Girl so much. She was like, this website's the worst. I feel like Serena always protects Gossip Girl.
Yeah, I thought that was a little
Really?
strange. I thought
Yeah.
it was out of character.
Because Serena's always been like the brunt of Gossip Girl.
Yeah, but Gossip Girl's always protected Serena and them too, kind of like she's like, I don't ever post fake crap about them. Like when people have tried to send fake things and Gossip Girl's like,
defended it.
she's always defended them.
But remember the first couple seasons, Serena was always on Gossip Girl. She couldn't do anything
Yeah, but
without.
what was that
the
line that
blasts going
Diana
out.
said today? She said, oh, if you did it, you deserve to get caught and we're going to catch you. And I thought that was really interesting because that's so much Gossip Girl. Like, Gossip Girl's not like, I'm going to throw out all this drama. It's like, if you did something, people deserve to know about it because you did it. So, sucks.
Don't do it.
Don't do. If it's so embarrassing, don't freaking do it. And believe me, if there was Gossip Girl, I'd have a lot of things that I wouldn't want to get out there
I
too.
know, I'd be an
But
angel.
I try to live my life by if people were to find this out, how bad would that be?
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
or how good would it be? Whatever. So any other predictions?
I think we're pretty much there.
Yeah, Jess.
Nope, I just can't freaking wait.
I know. Okay, let's get out of here so that we can be a minute closer to next week watching Gossip Girl. I'm freaking excited. We'll be back here. If you want to listen to us and be with fans that really freaking love the show like we do, you will listen to AfterBuzz next week. You can even call in if you would like. And we will see you guys here next week. Goodbye, goodbye.
XOXO.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janedy, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.